I can turn into a fish. Chapter 24, How are you, big bro? Haha Chu Xian, are you really going to apply? Didn't you sell some goldfish just a few days ago, making you 10,000 RMB a day? Why did you stop? He Wei asked mockingly. Chu Xian could barely hold back the urge to punch He Wei in the face. He said coldly, sold out. Heh. He Wei could tell that Chu Xian wasn't interested in talking to him, but he didn't give a shit and sat down with a smile. Are you really applying to Golden Dragon Group? I have some influence in the company, do you want me to put in a good word for you? No need. Chu Xian glanced at him from the corner of his eye, then took out his phone and played with it. Heh, He Wei said with a small smile. Today is the last day to apply, you should grasp this opportunity. I heard your goldfish shop doesn't make any money. Golden Dragon Group is a very good company to work for, and as a small supervisor of HR, I make about 20,000 RMB a month. It's not that much, but I'm very happy. Oh, right. Our company is opening a new resort and needs an ornamental fish caretaker. It pays a little over 4,000 RMB a month. It's not much but it's not too demanding as well, you should try and apply. Otherwise, don't blame your old classmate for not telling you about it. Find a serious job. How can you support Xiaoying otherwise? He Wei shook his head, mocking Chu Xian with his fake kindness. You don't need to worry about me, Chu Xian said a little impatiently in reply to his idiocy. How can you say that? If you want to apply for the caretaker job, I can help you out and make sure you get the job. He Wei reached out and put his arm around Chu Xian's shoulder. Our friends in the WeChat group are asking about you, I'll reply to them right now. After he said this, he took out his phone and sent a message in the group chat. Chu Xian came to the Golden Dragon Group to find a job and there just happened to be one for him. I'll use my connections to get him the job. Chu Xian read the message and smiled, but the following responses made it hard for him to hold back his laughter. I'm so jealous. He Wei, can you also get me one? If you get rich, don't forget me. He Wei, you're too nice. We're going to have to get Chu Xian to buy us a few rounds tonight. He really went to apply. Looks like Chu Xian's WeChat business failed. Hee. Chu Xian knocked He Wei's arm off his shoulder and leaned against the couch, closing WeChat. He then looked up information about the Golden Dragon Group. Chu Xian, don't be so proud. When you're interviewing later, you need to be humble. I'll also be there so don't be nervous, He Wei said, giving Chu Xian advice like he was his elder. When Chu Xian didn't reply, he chuckled and took out his phone, posting more messages in the group. Gradually, people with resumes filled the lobby. Chu Xian looked around and saw shy students who'd just started their internships and confident youths come over to the sitting area, looking at Chu Xian and He Wei curiously. He Wei was fine, his appearance fit the business setting, but Chu Xian beside him was very casually dressed, with commoners' clothing obviously a little dirty. He also had a strange, indecipherable box beside his foot. Everybody, take a seat and relax for a bit, I'll take you all in around 2 p.m., He Wei said when there were a dozen or so people gathered. He showed off with a glance at his watch. Oh, big brother, you must be the guide from Golden Dragon Group. It's very nice to meet you. A young man attempted to flatter He Wei. He Wei nodded at him with a smile, everyone was looking at him and he felt great. Chu Xian watched from the side with his mouth twitching, secretly jealous. This was some masterful showing off, from playing with his phone to looking at his watch to his small smile. Everybody bought it, judging by the flattering looks of all the people surrounding him. This really wasn't just normal showing off but very skilled showing off indeed. Okay, it's already 2:20. Everybody, follow me. When the time came, He Wei stood up and looked at Chu Xian meaningfully. Are you coming? Chu Xian stood up and nodded, "Of course I'm going." After hearing his words, He Wei's smile deepened. "Then follow me." "Oh, right. Put your cart by the front desk." When he finished speaking, he led the way. Some of the interviewees gazed at Chu Xian with nasty expressions, while the people who were familiar with each other chatted and laughed. Without even hearing their words, you could tell they were talking shit about using connections and getting jobs through the back door. Chu Xian didn't mind them. Following He Wei, they walked past the security. Chu Xian, why are you still holding your box? What's in it? Why are you bringing it in here?" As He Wei pressed the button for the elevator, he noticed Chu Xian still holding the box. "It's useful," Chu Xian said, walking into the elevator. He Wei frowned and warned him, "When you're inside, put the box aside. Don't say weird things. Follow me." The elevator stopped at the 18th floor. He Wei led them into an office and said to a female worker inside, "The applicants are here, notify the supervisor of each department. Also, there are 2 people applying for the position of manager for the holiday resort. Call Mr. Jin." "Okay." The female worker nodded. "You all sit here and wait, the interviews are starting soon," He Wei said as he stood by the entrance, straightening his suit. Less than 5 minutes later, the supervisors walked inside and He Wei greeted them enthusiastically. The applicants were all a little nervous. After all, Golden Dragon Group was one of the most famous companies in Haiqing City. Of course everyone wanted to work for them. After a bit, a middle-aged man in casual black clothing walked in, followed by a younger man who looked similar to him. He Wei nervously bowed and said, "Mr. Jin, you've arrived. The applicants are all here." Jin Hua nodded his head and glanced over the applicants, but his gaze stopped on a person and he froze for a moment. Chu Xian stood up and smiled at Jin Hua, walking over. "Heh, big bro Jin, I hope I'm not giving you trouble. It was pretty difficult to get in with these applicants." Little bro, what are you doing here?" Jin Hua said with a confused gaze. "Didn't I already give you my card?" Chu Xian shrugged helplessly. "On the way here, there was some drama and I lost the card, so all I could do was pretend to be an applicant. You know, 2 years ago I applied and you didn't hire me." "Haha." Jin Hua laughed. "I can't afford you. Did you bring the stuff?" I brought it. Do you have time to look at it now?" Chu Xian asked. "Heh, of course." Jin Hua nodded and turned towards the applicants. "If you're applying, please wait a moment. Xiao He, you take care of them."